Hi, this is Dr. Bob with Carolina Value Pet Care. Thanks for joining us today. Today's topic, canine flu or canine influenza virus. And perhaps you've heard of the canine flu. We started seeing it about 10 years ago, about 2010, 2012, with a single variation. And actually it was unfortunately a highly contagious and life-threatening disease. About 6 or 7 years later, a different variant of the flu emerged that was also highly contagious and fatal as well. Now, the new variant that we see is the more common version that we're seeing nowadays. But here's the good news. Even though it is a life-threatening disease, it is highly contagious, we do have a vaccine that does protect against both versions of the canine flu. Now, when we start the vaccines, they get a 2-shot series initially, and then they get an annual booster. Now, this disease, again, it is highly contagious, as I mentioned, spread primarily through direct contact with other pets, but it does not require direct contact between dogs in order to spread the virus. There was a well-known, a well-documented case that came out in Chicago about 5 years ago, where a dog had actually gotten onto an elevator with its pet owner and sneezed while it was on the elevator. They obviously got off the elevator, went into their apartment or condo. A while later, another dog got onto the elevator and was exposed to the droplets that were left behind by the other dog. And unfortunately, this dog got exposed to the canine flu and consequently died of the virus just from exposure and contamination through the elevator. So it does not require direct contact from one dog to another dog. Unfortunately, it is even with the vaccine itself does not make the dog completely protected, so they're never going to get the disease. They will still, in all likelihood, if they get exposed to it, still get the virus or get exposed to it, but it significantly reduces the clinical signs and symptoms. It significantly reduces the likelihood of it being fatal or lethal to the dog. So it is going to be protecting your dog in the best way possible, but it's not going to keep them from actually ever showing signs or symptoms of the disease if they should get exposed to it. We do see this disease pop up in different urban areas periodically. Currently, it's not widespread, but it does have a tendency to show up. And when it does, again, it's because of the highly contagious nature of it, we want to make sure that your dogs are going to be protected. There are a number of dog kennels that do require dogs are protected against it for good reason, for the same reason you'd want your kids to be vaccinated and every other kid to be vaccinated, because you don't want your dog to get exposed to it unknowingly or unwittingly. So just be aware, we do have the vaccine. It does protect against the 2 variants of the canine flu. We do recommend it if your dog is going to be in social contact with other dogs, going to dog parks, going to boarding facilities, going to doggy daycare, and even going to grooming facilities. If your dog fits any one of those scenarios, highly recommend they do get the canine flu. So, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us at carolinavaluepetcare.com or call us during the week at 704-288-8620, and we'd be happy to talk to you about that and any other questions you may have about your pets. Thanks for joining us, and make it a great day.